We are witnessing the downfall of Hollywood, a literal purge. If you don't know, Usher just deleted all of his tweets. I mean, this is just in case if any of it's incriminating when he has to go to court. And Cat Williams has been saying this for years. He literally called out the year. He said the year 2024 is going to be the year that this all comes out. And you know Cat Williams is just eating all of this up. Diddy definitely plans on bringing everyone down with him. It started with R. Kelly and Epstein, and it goes all the way to Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, poor Justin Bieber, and many, many others. And I just want to share with you one of my favorite Diddy quotes.
I do whatever the I want to do, whenever, however the I want to do it. You know why? Because I'm the freest in the world.
Things are about to get really interesting because it's not just people in the music industry that goes to Diddy's parties. It's Hollywood executives, actors. I feel like everyone was trying to get into these weird parties. So over the next few months, we are about to witness
The FBI has reportedly issued arrest warrants for 6 celebrities tied to P. Diddy, who is facing serious charges, including trafficking and racketeering. Other high-profile figures in the entertainment industry are also said to be involved in the investigation.
So absent a change in circumstances, the new judge isn't going to rule on it, despite the fact that there's a new lawyer on the case. They've got some death penalty lawyer. It's not a death penalty type case, but they've got a lawyer with death penalty experience just because, I don't know, they may need some more talent, because guess what happens when you're sitting in jail? You start to question things. You know, is my lawyer doing everything my lawyer can do? Just because the lawyer didn't get him out of jail doesn't mean that he's not doing everything he can do. The case is the type of case where you're gonna sit and you're not treated differently because you're P. Diddler Combs. I mean, you're not. So we got a new judge, a new attempt at trying to get out, which is not gonna work. A judge is not gonna overrule his buddy judge. It's just not gonna happen. Got a new lawyer on the case, because he's not getting out. So let's try something different, is what his theory is. And the jail conditions, you know, I mean, he's probably just sitting in his cell, 6x8 cell, and just riding around on the back of a cockroach, and it's boring. I mean, and the conditions aren't the greatest.
These developments come after a series of legal issues for hip-hop mogul P. Diddy. He was arrested in September 2024 on federal charges, including racketeering, trafficking, and transporting individuals for adultery. The indictment claims that for over a decade, Diddy ran a criminal enterprise using coercion and exploitation, particularly at lavish parties he hosted. The case has sparked significant public concern and interest.
Really no deal that the U.S. Attorney's Office can offer, and it's certainly not one that Diddy will accept. It would involve decades in federal prison. We're talking about mandatory minimum sentences of 10 years for both the drug charges and the sex trafficking. So we know that Diddy has fought charges before. There were state charges, there were gun-related, the nightclub shooting with J-Lo, but he's going to dig in his heels, and this case is going to trial. So if you're prosecutors, you really want to make sure that your evidence is bulletproof before you go down that route.
These events, allegedly involving the trafficking of women for coerced intimate acts, were often fueled by substances and intimidation. The charges date back to 2008, and Diddy, who denies all allegations, has been denied bail and remains in custody awaiting trial. Commentator Stephen A. Smith has suggested that this case could implicate other figures in the entertainment industry. Diddy's indictment has sent shockwaves through Hollywood and the music world.
Some of these stories, because I think it's important to point this out. When you highlight and you talk about some of the charges that have been leveled against him, and you see some of the stuff that's being said about him, look at this right here. Former Danity Kane singer Aubrey O'Day writes, "I never thought I would see this day," she told TMZ. "We all buried this inside of us in order to be able to keep going. And not just me, but victims you don't even know yet. We're all processing what that type of vindication can actually feel like now. Every conversation I've had with victims last night has been beyond moving on all levels." That was Aubrey O'Day. You know 50 Cent was gonna make sure his voice was heard. Clowning P. Diddy. Taunting him, basically, because he's long taunted P. Diddy for years over the harrowing allegations against him. And what does he say here? This is yesterday, 50 Cent. "Here I am, keeping good company with the Drew Barrymore TV show. And I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at the house. 50 Cent was referencing the over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and personal lubricants for the freak-offs that the indictment revealed were allegedly found during the raid of Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami back in March.
Smith believes the case goes beyond Diddy, potentially exposing a larger network of involvement. He noted that federal authorities might be investigating other high-profile figures, drawing parallels to cases like Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Smith cautioned that this could trigger an industry-wide reckoning, with more celebrities possibly being connected to Diddy's infamous underground events and lavish parties.
Was given tapes of Jennifer Lopez from Diddy raids by FBI.
But no, according to Suge Knight.
The tape showed J-Lo's involvement in 1999 shooting, Knight says. I mean, whether Suge Knight said that is immaterial. Really, but I do question, Jennifer Lopez, because she was with and engaged to the diddler, wasn't she? I mean, back in the day. How are you that close to somebody where you're not aware of some of the shit's going on? I'd be shocked if she didn't know. So you count on her to be a witness for the prosecution. She's trying to stay as far away from this as possible. And I don't know that I would, hold a candle up to what Suge Knight has to say.
And the big connection here is that the 99 significance is in relation to that 1999 club shooting that he was involved in, where a bunch of people died, and she was there. And so that's what they were talking about, is she was a witness. This was his statement. They go raid Puffy's house, and they get all these videos of J-Lo doing this and J-Lo doing that. He said, recalling her involvement in the 1999 nightclub shooting, where Moses Shine Barrow took the fall for the music mogul. And they know the fact that J-Lo lied and said the gun was Shine's or whatever, and sent that man to prison and destroyed his life. And they said they knew it was Puff's.
Jay-Z is reportedly at the top of the list of celebrities tied to Diddy's ongoing legal case, with speculation that he could be subpoenaed. A former prosecutor suggested that Diddy's high-profile friends, including Jay-Z, might be called to testify due to their close association with Diddy's events, especially his notorious private parties. This development has fueled further speculation about the potential legal fallout for others in Diddy's circle.
So hold on. Why is there chatter about Jay-Z being in the same club as Diddy? Allegedly, it's because of his interest in young girls. So rumor has it that Jay-Z exploits young women in the industry, young enough to be his own daughter. Now, if you've been following Jay-Z closely, you'll know that he's far from the wholesome family man he portrays himself to be. So Jay-Z has been under scrutiny for quite some time. Do you guys remember when he was romantically involved with Foxy Brown? Yeah, she was just 15 years old and he was 27. That raised more than a few eyebrows. But wait, there's more. Jay-Z maintains close friendships with Diddy, Russell Simmons, and R. Kelly, each of whom has faced allegations related to their relationships with underage girls. Now, with fresh evidence coming to light, it won't be long before Jay-Z has to address these shady connections to Diddy.
Rumors are circulating that Jay-Z may have been actively involved in Diddy's criminal activities and even allegedly attempted to help him evade law enforcement. Reports indicate that several high-profile figures linked to Diddy, including Jay-Z, could come under legal scrutiny as the investigation unfolds. These developments have raised questions about the extent of involvement among Diddy's inner circle.
50 Cent is saying Jay-Z is going to be exposed next after Diddy. So Jay-Z had a close relationship with Diddy throughout his career, and 50 Cent pointed out that Jay seems to be missing after all the raids rained down on Diddy. Jay-Z was allegedly named on Epstein's client list. Epstein is a prolific child predator who would serve up underage girls to the elites. Epstein would fly out his clients and the girls to a private remote island in the Caribbean where they could get away with it and the girls couldn't escape because they were surrounded by sharks. It's been rumored Jay-Z had his own private island where the same stuff went down with Diddy, and we haven't seen the footage until now. And the similarities to Epstein are startling.
It's in a remote part of the Caribbean and it has a landing strip. After Diddy's private jet landed in the Caribbean, it suspiciously went off the radar. So users are suspecting Jay's private island is where Diddy disappeared to, or at least hiding evidence. And they are also suspecting that this is where the hip-hop Predator ring occurred.
Speculation is rising that Jay-Z might be the mastermind behind Diddy's legal troubles, with rumors suggesting he set Diddy up as part of a larger scheme to protect his own interests. This theory posits that Jay-Z leveraged his influence to ensure Diddy took the fall. Adding to the drama, there are now allegations that Beyonce could have been involved with Diddy as a crime partner in various instances, further entangling high-profile figures in this unfolding scandal.
I had heard of this Jaguar right before, but the things she was saying seemed so outlandish that I just dismissed it as conspiracy theories. I have to hold space for the possibility that, well, maybe it is true. I just can't fathom like Beyonce being a criminal and like knowingly doing harm and keeping things like it's so hard to swallow.
One of the most shocking allegations is that Beyonce played a role in Aaliyah's tragic plane crash. Rumors suggest she intentionally arranged for Aaliyah to board a faulty plane, leading to her untimely death. Insiders like Kat and Jaguar Wright have fueled these conspiracy theories, claiming Aaliyah may have been drugged and carried onto the plane against her will. According to these claims, she did not voluntarily board the overloaded aircraft, but was incapacitated and forced onto it.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter. Yeah. Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other.
The memory of Aaliyah. I just know that was a murder. I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof, you know what I'm saying, for what I learned. And just simple obedience, like, you know, your gut always warns you. This, that your gut never lies to you.
You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone.
The next high-profile figure linked to these allegations is Jennifer Lopez, who famously dated Diddy in the late 1990s. While their romance made headlines at the time, rumors are now circulating that Lopez may have been involved in some of Diddy's alleged criminal activities. Her past connection to Diddy during the 1999 nightclub shooting, which resulted in Diddy facing weapons charges, adds further complexity to her current situation.
Was given tapes of Jennifer Lopez from Diddy raids by FBI.
But no, according to Suge Knight.
The tape showed J-Lo's involvement in 1999 shooting, Knight says. I mean, whether Suge Knight said that is immaterial. Really, but I do question, you know, Jennifer Lopez, because she was with and engaged to the diddler, wasn't she? I mean, back in the day. How are you that close to somebody where you're not aware of some of the shit's going on? I'd be shocked if she didn't know. So you count on her to be a witness for the prosecution. She's trying to stay as far away from this as possible. And I don't know that I would, you know, hold a candle up to what Suge Knight has to say.
And the big connection here is that the 99 significance is in relation to that 1999 club shooting that he was involved in, where a bunch of people died, and she was there. And so that's what they were talking about, is she was a witness. This was his statement. They go raid Puffy's house and they get all these videos of J-Lo doing this and J-Lo doing that. He said, recalling her involvement in the 1999 nightclub shooting, where Moses Shine Barrow took the fall for the music mogul. And they know the fact that J-Lo lied and said the gun was Shine's or whatever, and sent that man to prison and destroyed his life. And they said they knew it was Puff's.
Legal experts believe Jennifer Lopez may be called to testify, especially due to her close ties to Diddy during the time some of the allegations against him are said to have occurred. Additionally, Oprah Winfrey, a media titan and one of the world's most influential figures, has now become entangled in the controversy surrounding Diddy's alleged criminal activities.
Oprah Winfrey has been implicated in the Diddy case by federal authorities due to her alleged involvement in human trafficking. In a desperate attempt to evade justice, Oprah reportedly tried to OD. Gayle King, her close confidant, posted an update revealing that Oprah is currently in the hospital, suggesting she is trying to avoid facing the serious charges against her. Meanwhile, Oprah's public relations team is in overdrive, attributing her hospitalization to complications from the weight loss drug Ozempic. Additionally, reports have surfaced that Oprah was allegedly involved in harvesting children in Hawaii for their anti-aging properties. Speculation is growing that Oprah may emerge from the hospital with a disability, potentially silencing her permanently about the accusations of trafficking children from her African school and exploiting kids in Hawaii for high-profile elites.
Emerging rumors allege that Oprah Winfrey may have been actively involved in some of Diddy's dealings, which have already implicated several high-profile figures. Reports suggest she could face a potential arrest warrant due to her supposed involvement in certain covert operations with Diddy. One of the most troubling aspects of these claims is the speculation that her charitable work, particularly her well-known school for girls in Africa, might have served as a front for more nefarious activities.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Today, you guys, you're here with Breathe the Vibe, and this is Breathe the Vibe's TikTok podcast. And today's topic is Oprah Winfrey. I'm not calling out Oprah, but I'm calling out Oprah. Because what happened to them children at your school that went missing? Your all-girls school that you built in Africa? Why have all of the girls went missing that was at that school graduating class and nobody is talking about it? I tell you why. Because you guys are protected and I don't appreciate it. I want you guys to tap in, tune in, comment. If you guys know about it, talk about it, spread the word, share this. Those girls in Africa went missing. That was at Oprah's school. Oprah Winfrey. Where were these girls at? Has anybody found them? Why is there not enough coverage on this? But those 5 guys that went missing, RIP, definitely feel bad for them. That's a lot of coverage, of course. Anyways, peace out.
The next name linked to the controversy surrounding Diddy is Stevie J. Despite publicly defending Diddy, he is now facing allegations of being involved in some of Diddy's criminal activities. Reports indicate that Stevie J could be on an FBI list for potential arrest warrants due to his alleged connections to the case. While he has expressed support for Diddy, Stevie J has also suggested that other celebrities might be implicated in similar activities.
As you know, guys, Stevie J just came back out of the woodworks, protecting Diddy because he is a high-priced prostitute and because he is a suspect in a lot of these crimes, you dig? They got the videotape of him, doing whatever with the white guy in a little ride settlement. They got the video of that. They got all that video. Stevie J, man, him and Diddy was tight since the early days. He produced a lot of Biggie's albums. So, and that also was his sex toy. Diddy, had been sleeping with Stevie J, Meek Mill, Usher, all that stuff. He admitted it. A man is not going to admit that he slept with another man if he didn't. They're not going to make up stuff like that. But Stevie J, Mr. Ratface, we all know he's broke. We all know Faith left him. We all know that Love Hip Hop kicked him off. He didn't even have a car when the first season came out. But Stevie J, man, hey man, you wrong, but we know you got to protect your manhood and you got to protect where you live.
Stevie J's comments have complicated the situation, indicating that the scandal may extend further into Hollywood's elite than currently known. Adding to the intrigue is Ellen DeGeneres, once celebrated as the Queen of Kindness, who has also been implicated in the swirling rumors surrounding Diddy's parties.
Feds have allegedly revealed Ellen DeGeneres was caught on tape with children at Diddy's mansions. Ellen was allegedly involved in child. She would allegedly sell furniture online at a very high price point, like small cabinets for $10,000. The names of the items were peculiar names like Naraya, Eurythia, Samia, and Alvia. But it turns out these weird names lined up perfectly with recent missing children in the area. So it's alleged the names of the furniture was sort of like a code to buy kids online. So you would buy the product and it would actually be a front for buying a child. It's also coincidental that Ellen's set was strikingly similar to Epstein's Island.
The shocking revelation that DeGeneres, known for her dedication to promoting positivity and compassion, might be connected to criminal behavior at these gatherings has left her fans in disbelief. Stephen A. Smith believes Diddy's arrest may be just the tip of the iceberg, suggesting that federal investigators could be uncovering deeper systemic issues within the industry. This hints at a potential fallout that could extend far beyond Diddy himself.
Laws and people with foolishness and people with, malcontent, but we are sifting through that and trying to, make sure that we identify and vet people that have real claims, legitimate, credible claims. Right now, we're talking about 120 people from 25 different states for conduct that occurred over 25 years.
25 different states? Is that what you said? Not cities. You said 25 different states.
Yeah. Because, a lot of these parties obviously took place in Los Angeles, New York, Manhattan, or the Hamptons, and Miami. And a lot of these people were flown in. And this wasn't a secret. I mean, it was known that people were being flown in for these parties. People were being paid cash to attend these parties. People were being identified at clubs or at concerts or on the street even, and invited to these parties. So you have that group of people that are involved. And then you have another group, and maybe this is the more sinister situation where, young people with stars in their eyes wanting to break into the entertainment industry with promises of stardom, who are taken advantage of, in some cases allegedly drugged and abused, and basically just left behind, with shame and guilt.
Who else could be involved in the allegations against Diddy? Share your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned for more updates.